Hey there, YouTube. Sorry it's gone on for so long, but can't really record that much during uh, college. You know. So first turn, we trade rocks, and I'm playing with a restricted team against a standard team. So second turn, he switches into Rotom Cut form. I rapid spin and get a crit, which totally mattered. Sarcasm. So I switch into Crest to sponge the special hit, and he gets a return crit, which sucks. But he hits me with a Will-O-Wisp, and I miss Toxic, which is unfortunate because this Rotom is very, very annoying. So he sets up a sub, and I Moonlight up to, just scout him out a little bit. Uh, but he is running a sub Pain Split Will-O-Wisp Thunderbolt set. So going into Golurk here, I basically wall him completely. Now, if I had been paying attention, I would have noticed that he does not have the Leaf Storm. Uh, but if I had stayed in, I would have taken the burn. So, Ferroseed takes the burn, thus nerfing his Gyro Ball. I just go for Gyro Ball anyways because I just want to break his sub. Um, if I break his sub, I can go back into Golurk and set my own sub on his Pain Split or whatever. And because Sandstorm isn't hurting me, I want to get that lefty's boost, and that's all good. So, but none of that seems to work out in my favor. Go back into Golurk on the predicted T-Bolt, forcing him to go for Will-O-Wisp again. Go into Pound Puppy, take the Will-O-Wisp, but he misses, which is just... Ugh. If I had gotten that Flash Power boost, I would have been able to take out his Blissey. Or if I had been Adamant, that would have taken out Blissey. But unfortunately, that's happened. I do, however, break his sub, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Delicious water. I need it to be water in my system. So I go into Golurk because I know we're both base 55 speed. I, however, am not running any speed EVs, but I do feel lucky, as most Blissies do not run any speed. So I go for the substitute and the Rock Polish, knowing for sure I'll be able to outspeed Blissey. And I believe the rest of his team. I, however, should have went for the Dynamic Punch that first turn instead of getting Rock Polish. Then Blissey would have been dead, but then Cloyster would have been, came in and killed Golurk, and that would have been bad. I do, however, kill the Cloyster in 2 hits, and I'm still behind a sub, and I still have my Rock Polish up, which is awesome. So the Rotom, who cannot touch me, stays in and sets up another sub while I set up a Rock Polish. And I do this because I do not want to really waste any PP, even though I have plenty of PP, but I just felt like getting the +3 speed. Not +3, the 3 times speed, excuse me. So I fire off another Dynamic Punch. I just want to gauge the damage. However, he's carrying the Lumberry, so yeah, he does not get the Confusion hacks. I go into Ferroseed to take the Crunch, but he predicts that, I suppose, and kills me off. I get the Toxic off on Hippo, which is great because it's one of 2 ways I have dealing with a Hippo on this team. But this is a restricted team, and I don't normally fight standard guys, so so I just want to keep up the toxic stalling pressure here, and I go for the Shadow Ball, but he predicts that and goes into Blissey. I don't know if he actually predicted that, but he just predicted a... Yeah, no, I think he predicted it. whatever. Anyways, he goes back into Blissey to take the hit. I go into Golurk to press my lock, but I'm not really feeling that lucky. So we both make a double switch here into our Wally Walls, and I go for the Gyro Ball just to have shits and giggles. It's kind of neat because he sends in Breloom, and I'm running 0 speed IV, so it does a good chunk, but because Breloom is not the speediest guy, he will take 75% approximately. No, not 75%. Whatever. He takes a good chunk. About 2/3. So Crest pretty much walls Breloom because he cannot put it to sleep, and therefore cannot set up on it as effectively because I can still break his subs. So I'm just going to burn a couple turns here to get Crest back up to decent health. But he keeps up the pressure with Blissey with seismic tosses, and the burn, and the sandstorm. Sandstorm isn't really a factor because of leftovers, but the burn, however, is slowly wearing me down. So I go into Golurk, and I predict a seismic toss, which will grant me a nice little immunity. And I go into Alakazam on the predicted Toxic because that turn I'm not feeling as lucky. So I go for the Focus Blast here. I know it'll hit his whole team, what I've seen so far. And it's super effective against Blissey, but it does less than half. And I'm Life Orb too, which is kind of like, wow. Could have been min-max, but excuse me, I did not want to risk it. However, I do feel like risking the substitute against a Toxic stalling Blissey. So, excuse me. At this point, he doesn't have much to take a dynamic punch. Hippowdon is his best bet, but because it's Toxic and, it's going to take a good chunk, considering. I'm going to be able to Toxic Stall this Hippo. I want to say I get to keep the sub. In fact, I'm fairly certain I do get to keep the sub. Yes, I do. Okay, so he brings in his Lucario. He gets a crit. I didn't notice that, but it's a completely useless crit because substitute and all that other good stuff. I'm able to kill it off with a Dynamic Punch. Smart move there, instead of killing the Lucario, would be to have gone for the Rock Polish. Because then I'd be able to outspeed Breloom and kill it in one hit. But unfortunately that's not the case. So Breloom is able to get up a sub against Cress and just be a bastard that Breloom is. However, he goes for Focus Punch for God only knows what reason. I think he doesn't run any other offensive moves. I'm not sure what else he could have possibly ran. But anyways, but it was, however, 2 o'clock in the morning, so, what it's worth. I go into Golurk because I don't really care if I get Toxic at this point, and kill off Blissey with a Dynamic Punch. And I win the game with a, okay, 3-0 victory. It was restricted against... My dog just kind of coughed in my face. That's nice. Restricted versus standard. That's respectable, I suppose. But yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to start uploading fairly regularly again, seeing as how winter break and all that other good stuff. So, you never know. If I see you, I see you. If I don't, I don't. Peace out.